Well, Harley released their new bikes last night. I didn't want to get on here and just start running my mouth right away. I wanted to wait a day just to get my thoughts together. So here early in the morning, and we're supposed to have snow showers. Don't know how that works when it's -6, but yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. Harley Davidson released their new bikes for 2025. I really hope I don't know, get a ring on the bottom. Those things are hard to get off, especially on the bike. Anyways, yeah, I'm in the garage having coffee and not a beer, but whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, so Harley Davidson released their 2025 bikes last night. I didn't want to get on here and just start rambling like I normally do. So for some of you, I did actually write some notes. So I will go over those a little bit. But, you know, I did see a few people out there that already did videos. You know, first things first, they bash it. You know, lots of views when you bash Harley Davidson, write something negative. People will watch and engage with it. So in my perspective, I'm going to do a good, the bad, and the ugly. It's not as bad as what all the people, like some of the people are saying, how bad it is that, oh, you just changed the color. It's not as bad as that, but it's also not as great as, you know, these guys that miraculously have videos documenting what the new bike is already pretty much as soon as they launched it. So it's not that as great as what they say it is, but it's not as bad as what other people say. It's kind of, it's Harley. I actually kind of liked it. It was good. So first things off, you know, they didn't do that big long, you know, 35, 45 minute video introducing the bikes with their CEO, which I think is a good thing. They had like a minute, like it wasn't even a launch like they normally do, where it's like I'm wearing my Indian shirt because Indians launching theirs today. But it's at 10 a.m. where I was like, where is it? I was waiting at 10, I was waiting at 12, you know, and then I finally, the website changed to 2025 bikes coming tonight. And I was still waiting. I was going on their YouTube channel. I was going on their website. Couldn't find anything until I finally see, like, some guys are doing lives from a Harley Davidson dealership. And I'm like, oh man, they must be launching them. And literally it was just on their website. They had like a minute and a half video, which I actually really like. They talk about, you know, just making the best motorcycles. And as a Canadian, when I see a lot of the American stuff on there, I'm like, yeah, right? Like, it gets me pumped up too. So I thought the video was good. And then what we're all here to talk about is the bikes. So, like I said, I'm going to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's a lot more good, not too much bad, and there's only one ugly. And as a prelude, I'm just going to do this, and some of you will know what I'm talking about, some of you won't. But yeah, so starting with the good, obviously, because to me, there is a lot of good to this. Like I said, the video was good. We didn't have to see the CEO, so that's always good, but that's besides the point. So the first good, I would say, other than the video, obviously, is pricing, if you can believe it. I know Harley Davidson is super expensive and they're already overpriced. So, you know, how can prices be that bad or be that good? So for those that don't know, all of the cruisers got 117 motors now. Some of them got the high output. Some of them just went from the 114 to the 117. And even with that, I wrote down the thing there. So a regular 117 is 103 horsepower, 125 torque. And the high output one is 114 and 128 torque. Now, that's like a 10% increase in horsepower. So to me, with those bikes there, the price increase is still warranted. And when I say the price increase, or like the prices are part of the good thing, is they didn't go up that much. So if you, let's say a Street Bob last year and you went to a Street Bob this year, you're getting the 117 motor, which has more horsepower, obviously, but the price only went up in Canada $300 and in the States $200. So for a bigger motor and you're only spending 300 Canadian, 200 American more, that ain't bad. The only ones that kind of perplex me on the cruiser side is the ST. They seem to be the same, other than the fact that they get the high output 117, and that went up $1,100 Canadian and $800 American. To me, that's a little bit steep, because I went and looked on there and I tried to find, maybe there's something I'm missing, but it seems like it's the same bike, other than the fact that it has the high output motor. The S that also got the high output motor went up $700 Canadian, $500 US, which I would think that would be about right. And that's what, maybe the ST should have gone up as well. So that one's a little, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe they did do something different on there, but I can't see it. I guess I'll have to watch one of those guys that already had a walk around with it already. But yeah, so the first good thing to me is prices. The other prices actually are in the Nightster Special, and the Sportster S. Those all went down. I think one of the major things is, one of the things people always talk about is Harley has to have a $10,000 beginner bike, and the Nightster actually in US actually came to 10.5. It's actually down from 12,000, 11,999. So a $1,500 US price decrease, $2,500 Canadian. I think that's pretty cool. $1,250 for the Special, and $1,300 for the Nightster, and that's $1,000 each for the in US dollars. Now, I don't know if that's because those are the models that they're making over in Thailand, so that's kind of their way of, bringing the prices down to entice people to buy it, because it's not American made. I don't know if that's the case. However, the Pan America is the same price. They didn't lower it. They didn't raise it. It's the same price, other than the CVO. The CVO Pan America has actually gone up, but the price of the Pan America has stayed the same. Another good thing is they've brought back the Limited, kinda, or the Ultra, kinda. They don't have an Ultra Limited, but they have a Street Glide Ultra. So that's kind of a little bit confusing. And the price on that is actually less, but I think there is probably less that you're getting with that, because it's not the Ultra Limited. It's a Street Glide Limited. So it's basically the Street Glide with, lowers, and the tour pack on it. And I gotta say, that is a beautiful bike. The lowers on, I know a lot of people, lowers are, you either like them or you don't, but the lowers on these, they've changed the styling of it, because I guess they don't have to have the fans in there anymore. It's actually, it looks really good, and that is a really nice looking bike, especially if you want to tour it. I mean, that's a beautiful bike. So that's another good thing Harley Davidson has done. Another good thing is putting all the cruisers with the 117. I think that's a great idea. I do like the 107 in here, but you knew that was going away. But yeah, they also got rid of the standard. But that's part of the bad. So yeah, let's transition to the bad. So yeah, the first bad is they did get rid of the standard. I don't know why I'm pointing at this. I'm actually pointing at the paper here. I didn't get what the US price was. I think it was 15 something, but 18.8. That was the starting price of the standard Canadian. I'll put what the US was. I want to say it was 15.9 maybe. But now, like, the cheapest bike right now is the Street Bob, and that's 20,300 for in Canada, and 17.2. So that's your starting price to get into the Softail. So that's a pretty high starting price. So that kind of sucks that they don't have that that earlier entry motorcycle, but maybe the standard they weren't actually selling a lot. I'm sure there's reasons for that. I think the Street Bob with the 117, you're actually getting a lot in there. So I think a lot of people might want to go to that. Other than the 8 hangers, I think some people might not want to start on 8 hangers, so that could be an issue. So that's the first bad thing, is that they got rid of that. Now, the other bad actually is price. I know I said price was a good thing, but price on the Touring has actually gone up. For the Street Glide, and now, so the Street Glide and the Road Glide are different prices now. Last year they were the same price. This year I think it's $200 more for the Road Glide, or sorry, for 50 for in Canada, and what is it here? $250 or $150 in the States. Yeah, $150 in the States, price difference. But the price increase is actually quite a bit. So the Street Glide went up $2,300 Canadian. That's $1,800 US. $2,700 for the Road Glide, $2,000 US. So those bikes, from what I can tell, again, maybe there's something different on there that I can't see, but they seem like they're the exact same bike. They didn't get the high output motor. It's still the same 117 motor. So the prices on those have gone up $2,000, which is pretty high for pretty much the same bike. So that is a bad thing. Now, I can't really think of other bad things that I see. I did think of another good thing, actually, is I think it's the Street Glide Ultra. Actually, their crest or emblem on the tank, I think is nice, and I think it's more of a goodwill gesture, but it's Harley Davidson with a big USA underneath, well, a little USA underneath. I think that's another good thing that's on the bikes. But yeah, that's the good and the bad. Now, the ugly, really, there's only one, and people probably already know what it is if you know me. The Sport Glide obviously went away in North America a few years ago. We miss it, some of us, I guess. However, this year, Australia and the United Kingdom, it's been taken away as well. So no more Street Glide anywhere in the world anymore. So to me, that's the ugly, because I don't know why more people don't like the Sport Glide. I think it's fantastic. But yeah, whatever. That's the ugly. Now, am I going to be trading in any of my bikes to get a new one? Probably not. However, I do really like that Street Glide Ultra. I think that is a beautiful bike. They've got like 3 colors that I would choose from that I actually do like on the bike. With those lowers, I'm one of the ones that do like the new Street Glide fairing. I know a lot of people think it's too much like Indian, but I do like Indian as well. So, yeah, to me, that would be the only one I would actually consider purchasing. I'm not really in the market for a new bike this year. We have a lot of stuff going on this year. But yeah, that's the only bike that I would consider. Who knows? Let's see what Indian comes out with today. But yeah, that's my good, the bad, and the ugly. What do you guys think? Overall, I think it was a good launch. I do like the bikes. Can't say anything bad about the bikes. Can't say anything bad about the company. And yeah, until next time, later.